Welcome to this lesson where we are going to write HTML for recent projects section. So open up index.html in code editor and let's start writing. Place a div, give it a class of recent projects. Inside of this, let's first of all place the heading, and we need also that container small SM, and inside of this we'll have H2. We'll say recent projects. Okay, next thing is let's place a div and give it a class of recent projects list BG, and it is the same story as with skills list. Let's open up our design. This will be that background as you see here, which will span the full width of the browser. And inside of this, let's go ahead, place an unordered list, place a class. First class will be recent projects list, and second will be container, because as you see here the width of these projects is 1200 pixels. That's the same thing as with skills list. And inside of this, let's open up it and let's place a list item, give it a class. First class is project, and the second one will be the name of the project. Here we will place wedding, and inside of this one let's place a div and give it a class of project visible content, and that will be this one right here. This will be this element, the visible content, and then we will have another element with extra project with this information, but we will place in later on. Let's write the code for this one first. Place another div inside of this, and here we'll have container small, because let's turn to design. Here you can see the width of this is 700 pixels, so we're placing this container in, and now we'll be placing all of this content in it. Let's turn back to our HTML, and the first thing is let's place an H3 heading, and it will say, let's go to our design, highlight this text, copy it and paste it in. Then the next thing we'll have, let's place a div, give it a class, project text wrapper, and we're placing this because we're going to float this block quote and these information, so we need the wrapping element for those ones. And inside of this, first of all, we'll have block quote. Let's open up it and let's place an I tag, and let's go ahead, select this text, press Ctrl A, we'll copy it and I will paste it in right here. And after our block quote, let's place another div and give it a class of quote author info. Info. And inside of this, we'll have two paragraph elements. The class of the first one will be quote author, and the text will say, let's go ahead, Mary Maynard. Let's copy this text, paste it in. We can highlight this element, paste it here, and change the quote author position, what she is, and she's a bride in this situation. So copy that text, paste it in right here. Behind this text, we need to place this button, which will toggle the extra information about this project. Href. We'll set it equal to £, because this is not an external link. We'll give it a class. First one will be button, and also project extra toggle. And the text for it will be more. Now go ahead, let's place comments in before we go further on. End of container small. This was recent project list BG, and of recent projects list bg. This was on recent projects list. So end of recent projects list and container. Now this is a project. Oops, end of project. This one is visible content. End of visible content. And this is container small. Small. And also let's place a comment for this one, and it was project text wrapper. And now let's place in the project extra information. So let's find this project. Let's place a div right here. Give it a class, project extra. And inside of this, we will have, first of all, unordered list. The class of it will be project extra images. Inside of this list, we will have list items and images. And the source for these ones will be images. And let's go ahead, open up images folder, project extra 1. Let's paste this one in. What we can do is, we had 6 images from 1 to 6, if I'm correct. Yes, and we can just highlight this one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's change it to, this one was 3, 4, 5, and 6. We can save it, have a look at it in web browser if everything's okay. Yeah, here we have our images. Let's go further on. After this unordered list, let's place under all unordered list, and its class will say project extra info. And we just set, let's have a look at it, we just set these images in. Now we're going to place this information in. So inside of this we'll have list item. Inside of this list item, first of all, we need those icons right here. Let's head to Font Awesome's website, and the first one is this camera. So let's go ahead, find the icon with this name, and let's just highlight this one and paste it in. And now let's place paragraph. The class for it will be label, and the name of it was photos taken. So let's just take this text and paste it in. Then we will have a break so that the next element is on the new line. This one right here. Let's just highlight this text, copy it, and inside of this span we'll have the text we just copied, and we'll give it also a class, and this will be label description. We can just take this list item and paste it 2 more times and change the information. Next icon was the clock. Let's find this clock, copy the code of the icon, paste it in. The text for it was time spent. Just copy it, paste it in. Take this text, the label description, again copy it, paste it here. The last one was the globe icon. Search for globe icon in their website, copy this one, paste it in, and the text was, first of all, location, copy it, paste it in right here, and the location was California, United States of America. Paste this one in. And now let's place comments. So this one was project extra, and of project extra. This one was, let's place a comment also for this one, and of project extra images. This was end of project extra info. Extra info. And what we need to do, as you can see here, we have 3 projects. And what I'm going to do is take this project right here and just highlight all of this text so we don't have to write it again, and just I'm going to paste it in 2 more times, 1, 2, and change the information. So this one was wedding. Next one is, I'll give it a class of Linda. Heading for it was Linda's photo shoot. Paste it in. This information remains the same. We need to change this information about the author of the quote. Paste it in. Also the description. Copy it. Paste it in. I'm not going to change the images because you can do that, but for time saving reasons I'm not going to do that. You can go ahead, download images you want and replace these ones. So let's continue. We can change this information to 135, for example. Time spent, let's change it to 5 hours, the same location. Last one was National Park photo shoot, so I'm going to change this class to Park. Heading for it was, highlight this one, paste it in here. So this information again remains the same. Let's change the quote author and author description. Copy it, paste it in. Take also this, his description, and paste it in, and we can change also this information real quick. We have 322 photos. Time spent will be, let's say, 12 hours, and let's not change the location of it. And here we also have to place a comment. It was recent projects. So end of recent projects. Save it. Let's go ahead and view it in our browser. So we have our images, all of our text, and also the icons, as you can see here. Linda's photo shoot, Linda model, same images, icons, this information, and yeah, it looks like everything is okay with our code. And that will be it for this lesson. In next lesson we are going to continue writing HTML for our website, and we're going to code contact section. See you there.